there's a lot of people who are very concerned about you, Jen.
What it do with it ain't, y'all? This girl such a craziness. I'm coming to you and you with another Word on the Street segment. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. So Basketball Wives of LA reunion aired last night. And baby, did they get into some things. They got into some things. You know, whatever they was having going on the show, it got brought to the front like they always do on reunion shows. Now, the subject I want to talk about that they discussed was Jennifer and how she became defensive when her engagement was brought up for discussion. Now, Nina the host, she asked Jennifer to respond to a lawyer clarifying that Christian's restitution was $12,500 and not the $250K he told her on the show.
First of all, these people doing all this digging, they have no idea what they're talking about. That was the initial amount, but there's motions that get filed.
Okay.
So there was an additional motion that got filed for more money, which was hospital bills.
Okay.
Like, I know the truth. The restitution is paid, so he's done with this case.
Was that something you guys did together, or did he pay this off on his own?
Christian has never asked me to pay a thing.
Wow.
So let's clear all that up right now. He's definitely never asked me to pay any of his restitution. He can pay it. We're good.
Jennifer done told y'all stop asking her about this situation and then involving her with her new boo about that. It's over, it's done, and they're trying to be done with it, so y'all need to be too. Now, moving right along. So the host Nina, she had noticed that Evelyn, she was looking like she was uncomfortable, and she was like, "Is it because of the restitution though? But like, what's going on, sis?" And this is what Evelyn had to say.
I don't care about the restitution, but I do feel some type of way when I hear
about it.
What way? Because there was a issue. I don't know the specifics.
And baby Jen, Barbie Jen, she goes to tell us that isn't true, and Christian was acquitted for them charges, okay? Now, Christian was acquitted of the DV battery and convicted of false imprisonment. And he also had to complete a DV intervention program. Now, Evelyn, she further goes to say, Jen also made this comment on the show where she said it would have been better if Christian just let his ex get in a car crash to avoid his current legal issues. And I'm like, hold up, why nobody checked her for that?
Okay, so I wanted to address something. I'm going to make it real short. So this last week in the episode, this was the maxi dress little fashion show that I had. And me and some of the ladies were all sitting down having a conversation just about, several things that were going on. Anyway, Jennifer made a comment. Me and Brooke was sitting there. What you guys need to understand is that we were definitely surprised at the comment, right? Because I'm seeing different things and just continue to watch the episodes because this conversation circles back, right? And there's more context to it. We do address it at some point. We didn't just sit there and we were like, oh, okay, yeah, just say whatever.
And then after that clip was played, she gonna say, well, yeah, that was, what the lawyer said. I'm like, girl, say that for somebody who really gives up. Okay, but then Brooke got in the mix.
And it wasn't, I was not being insensitive to you.
I understand. You're really emotional, and I do understand you being defensive and protective. I love you and I want the best for you. The majority of us have experienced situations, but when we hear you defend him and speak about the victim publicly, that's triggering for some of us. And whatever it was, we cannot tell her story.
No,
right?
Listen, I'm not trying to tell anybody's story.
I know. Don't be defensive with me. I know.
No. Listen, it's behind him. We're moving on. The restitution is done. I'm not going to continue to talk about it.
Well, child. Now, this is the oh shh moment for y'all, okay? And it was an oh shh moment for me, too. Baby, Nina talking about some, Cass got some concerns about this whole ordeal you got with Mr. Christian and all this. And, baby, she came out with some audio that she talking about, well, some of the cast members, they probably don't directly want to talk to you about the situation, but that's okay. We got what they really feel about you. Well, what they really feel about the whole Christian thing and you marrying him.
Her ex-boyfriend scammed her, and then she meets this guy. She doesn't have street smarts. Like you date these guys and you always end up in I worry about her marrying him. I feel like he's doing some scamming stuff. It's something that's not clicking there, but I'm gonna look into it.
So for me, the word scam is very triggering.
Yeah.
And it's like the furthest thing from who he is.
So Evelyn, girl, boo, did you look into it? Did you look into the whole situation? Because apparently you didn't even get invited to the wedding. That's what the street's saying. I'm like, baby, there had to be something. You didn't get invited to the wedding and you throwing up these subliminals on your Instagram story. And we all knew it was for Jennifer. I'm just saying. But Nina, she goes to ask Jennifer. Now, Jennifer, what do you think about this? Or what Evelyn said about Christian?
Well, I think it's unfortunate. And honestly, I feel bad that he gets all these attacks because he really doesn't deserve it.
Brandy, I know that when the audio was playing, it seemed like you had like a smirk on your face. Mm-hmm. What are you thinking?
Honestly, I think we're tiptoeing around the subject with her and Christian, and because we are cautious and gentle with Jennifer because we do love her and we don't want you to be mad at us.
We don't have to tiptoe around anything. Just like I don't have to agree with your decision, what you saying with Jason, you don't have to agree with my decision.
It sounded like you were concerned about your friend.
Yeah, and I never investigated him because I don't want this to ruin my friendship with her because I love Jennifer. Like, I genuinely love her. So I have to kind of just be quiet and find the right words because I don't want her to be upset.
But as friends, we do want to be able to say how we are really truly feeling without her feeling like we're busting her balloon.
I appreciate the concern, and I wouldn't expect for my friends to do anything else. But here's the thing. I would not do a documentary about being scammed and putting the whole story out there, including from other people, his own family, and trying to really send a message, right? My whole purpose in this passion project was, let's talk about something we don't really talk about in the Black community. Because we don't talk about it in the Black community for several reasons. People have pride, ego. It takes someone being very brave to come with the camera in your face and say, I took an L. People don't want to do that. So I learned so much about myself, about scamming. Somehow I became the poster child for scamming. Like, people were reaching out to me. Oh, I've been scammed. Like, what do I do? That period of my life, I learned so much. Right? And another thing, I have asked in my prayers every single day, I ask God for discernment. And I ask God, listen, if someone's not supposed to be in my life, please remove them. I have learned tremendously, right? And, people want to say, oh, she's not street smart. Like, I have common sense and I have discernment and I have learned from these mistakes that I've made. Everybody has been in some form of a bad relationship, no matter how you want to spin it. Some are worse than others. What I can say is Christian has been nothing but a gentleman to me. And I always say I applaud his mother for that because she taught him how to be a gentleman. Christian has never asked me for anything.
Has he ever asked you for money?
Christian's never asked me for money.
The moral of the story is people gonna do what they want to do. You can tell them till they blue in the face that this person is not the right person for you, honey. But they have to see that on their own. Now, it might take a couple of times, and hopefully it don't be too late. But people have to find out stuff on their own. People are not going to be acceptive. Not a lot of people, I should say, because I don't want to generalize it. Some people are not acceptive of hearing other people's advice, especially if that person that's giving them advice has already went through it. You know, they'll be like, oh, well, that's you. That's not me. That's not my situation. But Jennifer gonna have to find out for her own. And maybe, Christian ain't, I ain't even gonna lie like that. Because I really think something is sus with him too. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts about this in the comment section below. Let me know if you watched the reunion. And I'll see you on the next Word on the Street.